The unique perspective of non-duality, what I call non-duality, is the aspect that what we are exploring is what is actually right here, right now. So it's not something that you have to um, understand intellectually, that you have to find as an object in the future, or it's not something that is out of your reach in space. What we explore is the very experience that you are having right now. So most of the time there is a seeking, there's a seeking energy. We seek to improve our experience. I want my experience to be better. I want myself to be better. I want my life to be better. I want my emotional state to be better. I want the quality of my consciousness to be better. I want this, I want that. So there is an energy of change and a seeking for something different. I want something that is not here, and I don't want something that is here. That's the basic energy of the seeking. And the unique perspective with this energy of non-duality is the first thing that you have to be clear is that whatever you are seeking out there in the future, out there in a space that you are not in, the object or whatever state of consciousness that you are seeking in the future, in some kind of other space out there, you will never find that space because it's a thought. You will never arrive into the future. You never arrive in another here, in another space. It is place here and now. It's all you got. And it is the same for this seeking, which is really a rejecting, but it's really the same seeking energy. Is I don't want this. I don't want this emotion. I don't want this life. I don't want this thought. I don't want my life. I don't want my family. I don't want this country. I don't want this. I don't want what. I don't want. No. Something else. Not this. No. But this rejection is the same. You will here and now is everything you've got. So if there is something you don't want here, you will never have the capacity to put it out of yourself into something else, into another place, another time. Because the past is also it's it's a thought. So the first step and the unique step with the seeking energy is to really be clear that what you are investigating is actuality. But the good news is actuality is everything you got. There is nothing else but this actuality. So whatever you seek has to be here. And everything you try to push away, you are rejecting, will never go away. Okay, so the good news is there is nothing to seek outside. And whatever is here is not your enemy. Even if you say, I don't want it, what we really don't want is something that we haven't explored carefully enough. We haven't been sensitive enough to what is actually here. We are so lucky that what is actually here, it's amazingly peaceful, it's comfortable, it's everything that we long for. So even if this energy is present and is this kind of impulse of seeking something in the future, seeking something out there, or the energy that I don't like this, I want to reject this. The fact is, there is only here and now. So whatever you seek is here. And what you are rejecting yourself, you never divide your experience into two things. You never divide actuality, what is right here, experience, into different parts. So it's impossible to reject part of you. If an emotion is difficult, it will be difficult until you accept it, and there is no way out of this. A situation is the same. So the seeking energy stops when you realize that acceptation is not something that you do. It's a conclusion of a clear observation of what is present. So trying to accept things, it's absurd. Acceptation, it's inevitable because again here is all there is, everything there is. This actuality is all you got. There's nothing else. And this is really the first step. If this is clear, everything shifts, and that's where you really start to enter into. I have no better word than non-duality. Sometimes I feel it's not really the best word to communicate that, but when you see this clearly, you start to enter into the exploration of the unity of experience. The fact that experience never divides itself in many different things. The appearance of differences is really only an appearance. There is only your experience, only your presence. There's nothing else. When you see this clearly, the seeking stops naturally. The seeking of something else disappears. The rejection of an emotion, which is also a seeking energy, the rejection is the sense that if I don't look at it, it will go away. You know, if I avoid that, it will go away. It is vanish also. And there is acceptation, but not as something that you do, but just as a fact, as a very neutral, just like, oh yeah, right. Even if I don't like whatever is here, there is no running away from it. So this is what I have to be sensitive to. And that's how the seeking energy stop, but the exploration begin. Then it's not how to get something, or it's not how to get rid of something, but what is this that is here? What is this object that I'm seeking? Supposedly in the future, but if everything is here, what I'm really seeking for? You see? And this, it shifts completely the energy into curiosity, to sensitivity, into intelligence. And it shifts the orientation toward actuality, toward what is actually here, present right now. And the same for the rejection. Oh, I'm suffering, my life is terrible, I'm a victim of this, I'm a victim of my family, I'm a victim of my past, I'm a victim of the politics, I'm a victim of this or that. I'm a victim of this body, I'm trapped inside a body. Okay, well, what is this? When you say body, what do you mean? When you say suffering, what do you mean by suffering precisely? What is suffering right now? How do you know that suffering is suffering? What texture does it have? How suffering expresses itself in actuality? How is pain expressing itself? What is politics? What is country? What is family? In actuality, not in imagination. So it really shifts completely this energy into from seeking to sensitivity to actuality. You explore what is right here, right now. So it's very simple, and it's inevitable. Every being sooner or later come to this realization that the seeking is really suffering. We believe that I'm seeking, and because I don't find, therefore I'm suffering. Or there is something that I don't like here, that I'm rejecting, and because this is present, I am suffering. But really the suffering and the seeking is one and the same. It's just confusion. You are simply lost into imagination, lost in the assumption, in the belief that there is a tomorrow, that there is a yesterday, that there is a future, and that there is a past. and I'm crushed into the present, stuck. Because I believe that time is linear, and we forget that now is everything we have. There's nothing else but now. Space is the same. It requires maybe more sensitivity, but space is really the same. Believe that there is a huge physical things around us called the galaxy and the universe, and that we are on a little rock traveling around, doomed somehow because the sun, the light of the sun will collapse at some point, and that we are doomed to die on this little rock. I'm here, and everything else is around me. Space, stars are far away, black holes, and who knows what up there. But here is everything you have, right here. There's no there. There it is a thought, just as tomorrow and yesterday is a thought. There's only here. So that's why it's about sensitivity. It's about understand that what we are investigating is not ideas. It's not a theory or a philosophy. Or it's really concrete and it's very practical. What is that is here? And when I say here, what do I mean by here? Yeah. And that's how seeking stopped very fast and almost completely. Because suddenly you are left with your own experience. And when you are left with this actuality, with your own experience, you see that first is more like a bubble. You see that everything you believe about what other people have or you imagine other people to have, maybe you believe that people have great and blissful life, like the great teachers, Buddha or Jesus or who knows who out there that have amazing experience, and other people are miserable and dying and struggling. But all of this, it's appearing in your own imagination. You are never in contact with the actual state of this person, even if this state is supposedly very enlightened or very numb or very stupid, let's say. You are never in contact with that. You're only in contact with your own assumption, your own imagination, your own interpretation of everything. So you see, seeking must stop, because with what you will compare? All you have is your own experience. And all you have is here and now. So what is there to seek? Everything is here. Everything is now. If you don't like what is here, the question is not how to find it or how to change it, but what do I mean by I don't like? How do I know that I don't like what is here? Is it a thought? Is it a sensation? Is it a perception? And when you start to pay attention to this phrase that we say very lightly, I don't like this, I don't like that, enlightenment, what is enlightenment, what is awakening, what is non-duality, we speak very, very lightly, and we don't see that language itself is is based on thinking. So if you are seeking enlightenment, what is enlightenment? What do you mean by enlightenment? And when you start to see what is in your own experience, what is supporting the concept enlightenment in your experience, you will see that enlightenment doesn't mean anything. What is awakening doesn't mean anything. What is non-duality doesn't mean anything. The only meaning is actuality, is your experience, and the difficulty of the being who are seeking is that they believe that experience is kind of uh, some kind of mistake, some kind of um, it's the consequences of things. Like, there's a body here, there's another object out there, there's a brain somewhere, and there is a space, and everything vibrate, and then the brain. So they have all of this story, and the experience is kind of at the end of it, right? There's the universe for millions and millions and millions of years, and then there is Earth, and then there is mm, um, entities, biological entities, and then somehow there's a brain, and how this brain is producing experience, and this experience is my consciousness, it's inside the brain, and then in this consciousness, in this brain, at the end, at the bottom of everything, there is experience. And this is my experience. It's very, very small. It's nothing, and I'm gonna die. Oh my God! That's the background. That's the norm. And then, from that perspective, I want to be happy. When there's no happiness from that perspective. So that's a story. If you observe your experience, the first thing is experience. Like in your face, is everywhere. There's no way out. Everything you experience is everything. It's actually here. This is actuality. And the universe and brain and everything is appearing within it. But the only thing you're in contact with is experience. And we have the tendency to take it for granted. Yeah, of course there's experience, but what's the drama, What's the new movie on Netflix, what the problem, what the issue, what is the solution, what is the technique, but this is already moving away from the fact of, first, there is my experience. What is that? When I say experience, what do you mean by experience? What is experience when you engage with it directly, without assumption? What is that? What is experience? See, it's completely different. Suddenly, what is here? What is that? When I say here, what do I mean? I say now, what do I mean? When I say I, in language we use I very often, right? I'm angry, I'm suffering, I want to be enlightened, I this, I that. What do you mean by I? Not as an intellectual question, but when you say I, how does I appear to you? I is a word, but how does I appear to you? What is the actuality of that word? And see how, with this kind of sensitivity, we start with this kind of questioning. It's not a seeking, it's a discovery. It's completely different. And all of the books, all of the theory, that if it is useful, that we can even question the usefulness of it, but if there is course and teachings and books, the only true gift that they can give us is this perspective, this sensitivity. Yeah, right. What is that is here? Because happiness, peace, and the sense of being loved, what you seek is really what you are. And those experience is actuality itself, is experience itself. The beauty, we believe maybe that when there is the end of seeking, we can have this imagination that the end of seeking means that you understand everything and everything is clear. In fact, the end of seeking is completely the opposite. The end of seeking is understanding that you don't understand anything. And that's fine because there is nothing to understand. And the second, experience is actuality, it's an ever unfolding shining forth. You can never grasp it, but here it is. You can never understand it, but it doesn't matter because here it is. You never know it intellectually. You never be able to speak about it, but you don't need to. Why? Here it is. That's why I really like the word sensitivity. Maybe the end of seeking is the beginning of sensitivity, the beginning of curiosity, the beginning of acceptation, but not as something that you do or some activity, but is as the direct conclusion that actuality is inevitable. So there's nothing to run away from, there's nothing to fight. This is it. And then there is this silence, and that is not as silent. You know, it's like when you are very, very hungry and you haven't eaten for days and you order the plate of your dream, like the best burger or the best salad or whatever, and you are like, oh my God, I'm starving, and you take the burger and you are going to eat, you're like, and you have the pleasure, you open the mouth to bite, and this is life. It's a, I would get it, but you never get it. You never get to bite the burger, and that's the lusciousness of life. It's just like this opening that is beautiful and just never stop expanding. That's actuality. There's no conclusion. No one gets it because it's ungettable. Uh, so you see, right now it's really different. It's not that you see the quality is completely different. When you are in an energy of seeking, you will feel it. It's very different than what is right here. So there's a different way to approach seeking, and the best way is to be sensitive to what is actually here. And when you see this openness, this ever expanding actuality that is here, ungraspable, you will see it. Well, there are different ways we can express it. You can see further seeking is inevitable because you will never grasp anything. So you are really free, like water. You're really free to swim, to play with your hands, but you will never grasp anything. So seeking is not an issue at all. It's fine. Why not? Why not playing the game of trying to find something and fighting what is here? It's perfectly fine. And the other way we can say it, it's seeking stop because you see that actuality is always bigger. With nothing that is here will grasp it. So you can really relax. You didn't lose anything. You will not gain anything. Everything is already too much. it's already it's already unknown, ungraspable. It is not unknown in the sense that you cannot reach it. It's like you are it. This experience that you're having right now is actuality.